Imagine a 7-year-old boy. He tells his parents, Papa, I want to learn Bharatanatyam. Instead of applause, her parents give her laughter. Dance? Isn't it a girl's dance? Now imagine a young girl, she spends 15 years of mastering one of the world's oldest classical dance form. But people ask, Acha, dance? ठीक है, but what is your actual profession? Why do we celebrate artists on stage but judge after the stage? Why has society become comfortable putting blames and labels on the talent? Today we are not just talking about the Bharatanatyam. We are talking about the identity, we are talking about the courage, we are talking about the passion and about the breaking stereotypes that have existed for the generations. Namaskar everyone. Welcome to the Real Talks with Paji, where we don't just have conversations. We challenge beliefs, we question society, and sometimes we discover completely a new way of looking at life. Today's guest is someone who has dedicated his life one of the most sacred forms. He has not only mastered Bharatanatyam, he has lived it. Much for coming and giving us a time today.
Namaste sir, thank you so much for inviting me here.
I would like to ask you something inside which is going in my mind, which I am preferring to ask because I feel that one should have an answer for this. So before Bharatanatyam, who was Arun?
An identity-less personality, I would say.
Okay.
Because whatever you say, Bharatanatyam, we call it as an art form, and it's a sacred art too. And without art, we are nothing. Yeah. Any dancer to that matter. We are not just dancers, yes. We are artists. So without that art, I'm nothing.
So how you fell into love with the Bharatanatyam? At this age of 7 or 10?
I'm not very sure about the tenure where I have realized that I am into dance, but I can say that in everything I saw dance. Okay. And I understood that I meant for dance and I am into this art form. That's how I have identified myself, because again and again I say this, art is not just an art for me, it's an identity that I've taken it for myself.
Absolutely. Till you have that realization, you can't start anything.
Of course it is.
So what was the major motivation to you? Like who motivated? Is there any guru or any of a book you have read to enter into Bharatanatyam?
So this is a classical art form. Without a teacher's initiation and guidance, one cannot prosper.
Yes.
There could be
Absolutely.
one or two like Ekalaivas, where just having the vision of the guru, they can embark the knowledge of the art form. But this kind of art form definitely requires a guru's initiation.
Yeah.
And I just had it in my mind, I just pursued it on my own. Then my guru identified me and then he carved and molded me to this level. So I should have a greatest gratitude for him.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And beyond that, my parents stood beside me. That is another thing. If my parents didn't support, and I would have not be sitting here at all.
Being a boy, I would like to ask you one more question. Like, did you find any of a criticism before starting up with this profession?
Not just an artist, sir. In this scenario or in the previous scenario to that matter, everybody do get criticized by one or the other. We get more criticized by others because we are quite different from them and we call ourselves unique because the art flows in our vein. So obviously it is, yes. And we take constructive criticisms which makes us to grow. We don't go with all sort of criticisms which makes us to go back. Right. So that I don't prefer. Right. And we look into criticism.
The first time when you told your parents that I want to be into a dance, what was their reaction?
This is other way around in my scenario because my parents identified it.
Okay.
And I was quite interested in dance in any song that runs in TV or in radio. At that time, we were not having much kind of exposure like YouTube or even TV is a greater term. 1 or 2 houses only will have. Yes. And we had radios and FM very popular. Any classical dance songs that has been played in radio that gained my attention and I started giving a movement for it, knowingly or unknowingly, whether right or wrong, I'm not very sure. They have seen it and they said like, are you interested in dance? And I said like, I don't know. That's how it started, and today I have a postgraduate in dance. So thanks to my parents.
It's very rarely like it happens when parents do boost the student or a child that you should work on the dreams which you are thinking for. It's absolutely, you are blessed that you are having that type of parents, if they think in the positive way.
Definitely.
But when we search out the numbers for Bharatanatyam, as it is very old and very popular as respected culture, we see that like there are still the number is very less. How it is possible that the number is very less?
So back then, are you asking, or in the current scenario? Because in the current scenario, much awareness is being provided in a lot of avenues. When it comes to the previous scenario, that in our time, the younger time and all, we didn't have much exposure like what we have it right now called social media.
Right.
At that time, we had a very less exposure, but still people were identifying themselves, and this is the art, and they took it. And the number is very less, as you already said. It is not because they are not aware, it is because they are looking something else beyond the art form. And full commercialization is not going to work for an artist, because art stays with artist, not with a commercial person.
Absolutely right, sir. And like I was looking upon the data, I was searching about like how the people should react and how the people should take this as an hobby or as a profession. So in that I have seen there is a lot of difference. As we have seen, like I was looking upon the numbers, like 1 to 2 million of people are there who is into Bharatanatyam. But if I actually see the number, it is just 30,000 or 15,000 people are there which has continued as a profession into it. So what is the reason behind that? Why people are not taking to the other level?
So optimistically, if I have to say, there are 8 different classical dances or marked as classical dances. 8 forms are marked as classical dances in India. So if not Bharatanatyam, somebody else would have chosen Kathak, or somebody else would have chosen Mohiniyattam, or Kuchipudi, or Kshatriya, or Kathakali. Like that, we have 8 different forms. So maybe the number could be small when it comes to one form. When you put it together, you can find a huge number in it, because it again taste and preference.
Absolutely.
You like to have vegetable biryani, and I would like to have mushroom biryani. It's all about our wishes and something that sparks you inside. And my guru always used to tell this one: you don't choose the art chooses you.
Absolutely right.
That's how it is, though.
And
the numbers are growing right away, because more awareness has been provided in various platforms, including academics, including institutions have taken part of it. That's how NEP 2020 brought IKS, knowledge-based system.
Yeah, absolutely. But when we talk about Bangalore, when we talk about Mumbai, we talk about Hyderabad, but these are the big cities where we find that many of the people are into this profession. But you go beyond to that particular states or cities, you won't be finding any. Or either it is looked upon that, oh, boy is doing a Bharatanatyam, that is a shocking one. And people see it in a different way.
Now we found the answer for the question, sir. In a simple way, if I want to tell, art or dance, any art form to that matter, it doesn't restrict a gender, or only this gender should pursue or that gender should pursue. Anybody in the world can pursue any art form according to their wish. And that clarity has come right now. Maybe at that time it was not there, because very less number of people are pursuing, and again parental awareness is required, societal awareness is required. So it's a two-way force, sir. One side parent, another side society. They are not just answerable to their own kid, they are also answerable to the society even. So that the fear is always there till now, sir. So it has changed, and it is getting changed, and we academicians come artists are bringing awareness to all sort of people. I hope maybe we are almost in the advanced level of taking it to the higher platform.
Yeah. So what is your biggest struggle? Like learning dance or making people understanding that what is dance?
So when it comes to my scenario, I haven't spent much time to make people to believe what I'm doing. I just believed in myself, and I trusted my art that this is going to be my passion, and this passion will support me in all other means. And the struggle, when I say, of course, the hard work that I have put in that, I will not call it as a struggle. And learning any art form is not at all a bed of roses at all. So it's the hardest part, and we have chosen a less traveled road. A beautiful poem that we would have studied in school days called Road Not Taken. A less traveled road is what we have taken, and it is one of the most cherished and a precious path that we have taken, and today we are continuing it in it. It's almost like 27 years old in traveling in that road. And that journey is so beautiful, and every day it's an adventurous journey for us.
That's great to listen about it. As like people see the stage for 2 hours, 3 hours, and they don't judge about 20 years of struggle, right? What do you want to say about it? Like, people should see that part also of a struggling person.
People should, sir. People cannot. The reason is, on stage what you show is a marvel and wonder.
Yes.
But what you have gone through, only you and your teacher will know that.
Absolutely.
Maybe the one who supported you in the hardest path, only they know. And we don't want to justify our hardest journey to everyone, sir. Let us see the success that we show on the stage. And that's a pride moment of every artist, I would say.
Yes, absolutely. Have you ever been judged, not because of the talent, but because you were a male as a Bharatanatyam dancer?
Sir, in this world, everybody is judged for some or the other reason.
Yeah.
In that case, artists are judged even more. That's the only thing. So we don't mind about judgments, sir. Let them judge. So as people say, like, words are words, actions are action, performance is reality. We do it in our performance, and whoever judged us, they feel that, oh, it's wrong.
Now people are started getting an awareness related to Bharatanatyam. Like, we have seen our kids, how they are growing. Even in the schools also, they have started learning that how we can perform well on the stage. Right now, I think that people are coming out of that phobia that, oh, male cannot dance. It is just a myth now, right? So coming up to the next question, have you ever felt like quitting from this? You have gone through such a struggling life, right? It's not easy to spend 27 years into a dance, right? Somewhere people gave a bad comments and all that. People are having a different perception. Oh, boy is doing. So how do you tackle that problem? And why didn't quit?
So the time we think, may I quit, that is the first step to failure. So we had a thought. When I say we, every artist, I hope everybody will accept and agree with this. We artists have one goal: never give up. That's why 2 hours continuously we were able to put our efforts in a very beautiful way to the entire audience. The audience are not just have come there to see what you do there. There might be a lot of people who would have traveled hours together sitting in the auditorium just to relish themselves. And we carry an emotion and we spread it to them, and when they go out, they have to carry the experience. So in this case, if we have the thought of may I give up, then I can't do justice for the art. So the first thing that has removed from our mind is, at any cost, never ever give up.
That's good.
Just pursue, have consistency and perseverance, and that's what it is taking us almost 27 years.
In a daily life, like, how much time you spent on this Bharatanatyam, how much you practice for?
24 hours are not enough, sir. But in the busy schedule, see, we are into different profession and we follow a passion also. It's like a both eyes. One is profession, another one is passion, and both are supporting each other. And in that way, as much as possible, the time that you put for it, the art flourishes like anything. So minimum 3 hours at least is required for an extraordinary dancer. And it's not like extraordinary, ordinary dancer to that matter. The amount of time that they put more on it, the art flourishes the more.
That's why we say that, like, perfection can come up with the practice.
Correct. True.
So that is very important to understand, that for everything it requires a hard life.
True, sir.
Thereafter you start with the very of a flourish life, but yes, you have to struggle once. That is true, sir. Which is harder, the physical discipline or a mental discipline?
So dance is a physical, mental and a divine exercise. Any exercise that you do, of course you have to go through the hardships. So that, see, you take gold or you take any metal to that matter, it has to be heated to get its fine shape. So choose wise. Very simple. So hardest term, when I say, everything is hard, and we didn't take it as hard, we took it as it is for us. So we are ready to go and mold and carve ourselves. That's how today we are shining as a golden star in the name of art, artist and dancer.
Absolutely. Is a Bharatanatyam a dance or a spirituality?
So beyond spirituality, any art form. I am being a voice of an art. My guru always used to say this one. When you start doing something, especially when it comes to any dance form, the moment you start, you are identified as a dancer. When you show your intensity in learning an art form, that's how you evolve as an artist. And he also told this beautiful term that it is not just talking about spirituality, it talks about everything. When I say everything, it talks about economics, it talks about science, it talks about mathematics, it talks about psychology, it talks about counseling, it talks about many other terms. It's not just connected with one subject. Everything is connected to this. For your better understanding, today Natya Shastra is one book which is exclusively taken and done a lot of research in it, and people do find a lot of hidden treasures are in it, especially even in science, and scientists do refer that book, and a lot of informations are taken from us. So the world is a stage, and where every individual life is actually an artist. One or the other way, we are dancing on the stage called the earth.
Instagram and Reels are increasing in all the ways, right? People love to scroll and all that, right? People think that this is now life. Now, how Bharatanatyam can fit to that Instagram? Can Bharatanatyam be calculated or can be seen in another way within 15 seconds of that reel?
So for better understanding, I would like to put it in this way. In 21st century, compromising technology, nothing is going to grow. And I'm not saying that compromising the technology, dance will not grow. I didn't mean that. What I'm trying to tell is technology support is required in order to bring even more clarity and awareness to everyone. You were talking about the stereotypes and myth and so other term. It is broken a lot only because of the technology. Why, I would say? Because it has reached every nook and corner of the world. A hard work of a teacher or a course instructor or an artist who are pursuing it, and that is put forward for the entire globe. And that has given a better recognition, I would say. And that's how dance flourished today. Today everybody are able to identify this is this form of art. Example, the attire of Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam will be almost similar. And there is a difference if you have the grammar of knowing what the art form is, and you can identify on those days. Now it is not like that. The moment they see the attire, they'll get to know it's Kuchipudi, it's not Bharatanatyam. And the moment they see Bharatanatyam, this is this particular Bani or this particular style, they say. So that kind of awareness have come. Once upon a time when we ask like which dance do you do, they say they Bharatanatyam. When I ask which style do you do, I'm doing Bharatanatyam, they say. But style is different, form is different.
Yeah, people used to take it in the same way.
So for an example, I am a trained Bharatanatyam dancer, trained under Pandanallur Bhani. Means Pandanallur is one of the style that has been followed in a form called Bharatanatyam. Likewise, you have 5-6 styles in it. Tanjore style is there, Pandanallur style is there, Kalakshetra style is there, Melatur is there, Vazhavur is there. Those are styles. It differs. Like Amrendra sir teaches in a different style. And as Arun Prakash, I teach in a different style. But we teach the same. The styles would be different. And different flavor it projects. Otherwise, art is art. It remains same.
Great to know about this. Like even I was not knowing how to differentiate between the different dances which are being performed on the TV or on the Reels or the YouTube. Now you have given me a clarity for this.
So this goes to social platform, and people who even don't know, when they look into it, obviously they get, oh, is it so? And that's how the awareness gets in, sir. And then they think like, okay, why not? Now they wear that specs and they look into it. Oh, which style it is? Okay, it is this style. That kind of clarity that social media has given. And also it has its own pros and cons, sir.
Yeah, that is always
I will not say there is no cons at all. It is there. But let's look into the positive term. I'm an artist, sir. I have to look into the positive term.
Do you think society respects entertainers or more than the artist?
So in the scenario, I would like to change the perspective of this. We are not entertainers. We are actually enlighteners. Because through our art form, we speak the truth. Through music, through literature, to custom, to practice, and so other terms, and also philosophy as well. So in this case, art and artist have a different way of exploring something and expressing something. Entertainers do it in a different way. So both are quite different.
Different,
We
yeah.
can't mix it together.
Many times I have seen like we people do spend more on the weddings, but we don't want to pay to the artist.
Okay.
What do you want to say on this?
Sir, we see a lot of news right now, whatever is happening around.
Right.
Even the amount of money that is put in wedding might go waste. But the amount that is invested in an art
Artist,
form
yes.
will definitely give you back. Because today it has chosen as a career event. Now you see in Bangalore you have multiple universities is providing performing arts based degrees even. So people have come to that level.
Has commercialization changed the soul of Bharatanatyam or a classical dance?
Yes, it is in the current scenario, but in a positive way. That's about the brand that they create, because it requires an amount of research that they put in. Example, when we produce a new production to perform, it might take years together in terms of investing our time, effort and research. So obviously it is, sir.
What advice would you give to the parents who are listening to your podcast today, that if their child who is 10 years old and he says that, "Father, I want to become a dancer in Bharatanatyam," what comment they should give to their kids so that they can be motivated?
Namaste. Parents, if you're listening to this and if your kid comes to you and says, "Mama or Mom, I would like to pursue an art," without any hesitation, trust the passion that your kid has. That passion will give the name, fame, popularity in the current scenario, because art will never leave them down.
If Bharatanatyam disappears, what India will be losing?
So when the root is taken, the complete tree will fall.
Yes, that is.
Now art form is like a root. It is not seen, but you can see the beauty in the name of tree. So that's all I could say. And I haven't even imagined of art getting away from the nation, because we focus on a lot of terms in terms of developing the art form to the next level. So at any cost, when we are alive, even after our demise, even the art stays. That's the impression that the artists leave to the world for the next generation. That's why we call it as a lineage.
What is more important to you, like if you want to describe talent or a discipline?
Discipline-based talent wins in the current scenario.
Okay, you want to say that both should work simultaneously?
So talent is there, discipline is not there. No use.
No use, yes.
Why? For a longer run, you will not be appreciated, especially when it comes to this kind of art form. It requires a certain amount of discipline. Example, time management is again discipline. When I say discipline, it is not like obeying. Beyond everything, you're respecting another one's time, and you respect your time that you would like to put it for an art form.
And I think like if students have a discipline, daily they are practicing something, and it will make them successful one day. Definitely.
3D principles are devotion, discipline and dedication. In anything, that will make you to shine.
Shine, yes, yes. What is one's performance that changed your life forever?
Sir, every individual performance of ours gives a different wisdom to us. So every individual performance, we take a lot of information and development and even flaws for ourselves. So I can't pick one. You're asking which organ is very important in your body. So each and every organ is important.
Yeah, we should look all the things in the holistic way.
Correct.
Right? Or a 360-degree way, I would say. You have done so many performances. I have heard a lot about you. I have seen your performances. You perform really very well. Have you ever cried after the performance?
Yes, sir. Even if we didn't cry generally, and our soul cries for it, because the character that we have taken, the scenario that we have projected, so all things impacts us, because emotionally, mentally and psychologically, we prepare ourselves for the concert. So it happens, sir. Every dancer out there can relate to this.
That is the real emotions, I would say.
Yes, of course. So that's where we have evolved from the term of dancer to artist. So it's
That I can feel right now also.
It cannot be removed at all, sir. It's a part of our life.
Yes.
And that's where we realize that, yes, we have done something.
I believe this is an happy tears, we can say.
Of course, it is. And that gives a lot of self-satisfaction. The moment you finish and you come out,
Yeah.
and that 1 minute of silence,
Yes.
that recollects that years of practice and hours of rehearsals and all.
So what is something people clap for without understanding?
Maybe they would have received a spark on your moves or any kind of signs that you're projected. For an example, there was a swan walk. Nothing is there. We have to enter inside like a swan.
Okay.
And it has a very beautiful movement. And the moment we give, and everybody are observing what is happening. And the moment the grace flows with musicality into an artist, and that would have sparked them and they would have given claps. And that's how different audience sees an art on the stage in a different perspective.
Yeah,
That's the success of an artist,
Yeah,
sir.
artist. Yes, absolutely. What hurts an artist more? The criticism or the indifference? What is there
So
in the society?
diplomatically, if I want to answer, nothing can hurt an artist or a dancer. But unnecessary criticisms, when you take it so personally, instead of looking into the other way around, obviously it hurts, because finally artists are also humans, sir,
Yeah.
and we are very fragile and we are very strong. It depends upon the situation. Yes.
Exactly. So it depends upon the situation to situation. Sometimes you have to handle in a different way.
Yes.
So that is there. Because human reacts in a different way.
So
That is
100
always
audience
there.
I have,
Okay.
I'll have 100 perceptions.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have to justify the entire 100. Will I be able to? Definitely I cannot. So I have to take certain things, I have to incorporate if it is necessarily required. Otherwise, just go ahead with your
Yeah,
own
you can't
way
take
of-
people on the same scale.
Correct.
That is always there.
That's where we have a different scale of audience. Sir.
Yes.
Somebody might be your fan, somebody might be your competitor, somebody might don't like your dance even. So they might come and sit by any force to that matter. At the end, they should feel, I should have not missed. Thank God I have come for this event. That's the expression and the impression that you have to create.
Yes. So what is the biggest misconception people are carrying towards Bharatanatyam? Because you have moved throughout the nation, right? You have met many of the people who are experienced also, who are there, who are not liking also. So what is a misconception you
So
have
from
observed?
then till now, it could be only one. Why did you choose being a male? Why did you choose a classical dance form? So that you should change, because art and dance is not for one gender. So this perception should go away from the mind, and they should see art can be pursued by anybody.
Anywhere, yes. If you could change one mindset, how and what can be the message to the society for that? Towards Bharatanatyam, I am asking.
Okay. Because changing the mindset of the people is very difficult, sir.
Yeah.
But I can give an insight to them, because dance does not just express, dance educates you.
Yes.
So look in the term of education, and obviously that gives a different perspective.
Yes. Now we will be coming up with the rapid fire questions. Be ready with that, sir.
I'll try, sir.
I know it will be difficult, yeah, but you will be making it out because you are having an experience. And one who is having an experience, he can answer to any of a question, I believe.
Wisdom, knowledge.
Knowledge.
Wisdom is always ahead,
Absolutely,
sir.
yes.
So I'm looking forward. Let's
Okay.
see.
Dance or fame?
Dance.
Talent or hard work?
Both.
Traditional or innovation?
Innovation without shaking the grounds of tradition.
Guru or Google?
Google cannot become a guru, so it's always guru.
Practice or performance?
Performance with practice is mandatory.
Applause or a self-satisfaction?
Self-satisfaction is the greatest applause.
Oh, nice. Money or legacy?
Legacy, when it is followed throughout without shaking the grounds of tradition, obviously the money falls into the account.
Okay. Stage or class?
Concert and class. Class to concert.
Oh, nice. One myth about Bharatanatyam.
It's only for one gender.
Oh, nice. We should not differentiate.
Correct.
That should be a message to the today's society also.
Sir, who are you to tell that this art is for you? Nobody has.
Nobody has. Yes. one quality every artist must have.
Patience, trust in yourself, and love towards the art.
And
Three
one
qualities.
person who has inspired you.
When I stand in front of the mirror, that person inspires me a lot.
And nobody can make a difference about it.
Because I am the better version of myself, is what I wish to. Because Lotus is you, Jasmine is me. It cannot be compared at all. Because you are distinct in your own way, and I am different from my own way.
Absolutely.
I have to compare myself. That gives me growth.
So one message for today's youth.
They have clarity, sir. There is no message needed for them. But as an artist, I could tell only one thing: have patience, learn it continuously, and that gives better clarity of knowing what our roots, culture, and heritage is all about. Let us not just do that overlooking on it. Let us dive deep into it. So that gives a better version of what was existing and what we have lost and how to revive it. So that's what I would say.
So you are having such a vast experience of what I have seen so far, and you have given a many of a teachings to the students also, right? So one dream still you are left with.
So every second we dream, every microsecond we dream. Our dream is all about only one thing. As an artist, always do justice to art. So that dream is always there in our mind, and it is our responsibility also. Whenever we step into any stage, we don't think about anything. That 1 minute of silence when we enter, just always do justice for the art that is given to you.
Yes. Before we end, I want to ask you one final question. When your journey comes to an end, years from now, so what do you want people remember about you? You as a human being or as an artist? Very emotional question I have asked you. I know.
Of course, sir. So we leave the impression on the stage and we vanish as a dancer. We bring the experience along with us. We leave the impact on the stage and we vanish.
Yes.
And you can just have the experience, and again, if you want, you have to visit us. That's one thing.
Today we didn't simply learn about Bharatanatyam. We learned about the courage, we learned about the discipline, we learned about the identity. And perhaps the biggest lesson is art never asks who are you. It asks how honestly can you express your soul. A society becomes truly developed not when it builds bigger cities, but when it creates space where every child can dream without fear. Every artist can perform without judgment, and every passion is respected regardless of gender. If today's conversation changed even one mindset, then this podcast is for you. Thank you, Dr. Arun Prakash, for sharing such a wisdom with the thoughts, with the explanation that what Bharatanatyam is. And you have given a very good insights to the people. They might be learning from you. And I hope that this Bharatanatyam will become one day a wonder and the one of a successful dance. This is Real Talks with Paji, where conversation doesn't end when the cameras stop. They begin in your heart. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep in touch with us and keep supporting